If more good people had concealed carry permits, then we could end those Muslims before they walk in and kill it.
That's Jerry Falwell Jr., what a person who swallowed a broken drill would sound like. He's the president of an evangelical college, a pivotal part of helping Trump secure the evangelical vote, and a Christian who seemingly threatened to shoot Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez over cows. Jerry Falwell Jr. was born in 1962 in Lynchburg, Virginia. His father, Jerry Falwell Sr., ostensibly instilled his wild ideas on his impressionable son from a young age. Falwell Sr. was a televangelist turned political activist who warned that one of the Teletubbies was gay and blamed 9/11 on feminism and the LGBTQ+ community.
All of them who tried to secularize America, I point the finger in their face and say, you helped this happen.
Jerry Sr. was an early architect of the religious right. He opened Liberty University in 1971, a hub for like-minded evangelical Christian students to engage in one-sided debates regarding creationism and the dangers of homosexuality. To keep his university on the bigoted white path he deemed appropriate, Falwell Sr. created the Moral Majority, a political organization birthed in response to pesky human rights like equality. He believed integrating Christian schools like his would undermine the country's traditional history of racism and everything that makes America super great. The organization shuttered in the late 80s, but not before helping usher in Reagan's presidency and laying the groundwork for a new political bloc of the religious right. When Falwell Sr. passed away in 2007, Jerry Jr. took over Liberty University and expanded on his father's Christian masterpiece. Falwell Jr. would soon become the leading, mumbling, and meandering voice of the new religious right.
I said on Sean Hannity's show in December that I see a lot of parallels between my father and Donald Trump.
Falwell Jr. attended school at Lynchburg Christian Academy, one of the segregated schools his father opened.
To be compared to his father, just a little bit, to be compared to his father is really an honor for me. So I want to thank Jerry for saying that.
The school was billed as, quote, a private school for white students by the Lynchburg News in 1966. Falwell Jr. graduated in 1980 before moving on to Liberty University, the other school his father opened. After graduating from two establishments opened by his dad, Falwell Jr. branched out of his comfort zone all the way, an hour across town, to the University of Virginia School of Law, a school his father did not open. He obtained a JD in 1987. For the next 20 years, Falwell Jr. worked as a lawyer and commercial real estate developer in the Lynchburg area, staying out of the spotlight, seemingly waiting to inherit his pulpit, barking in front of one of the most crucial political voting blocs in the nation. Upon his father's death in 2007, Falwell Jr. took over as president of Liberty University. Under Falwell Jr., Liberty developed rapidly. The school moved into Division I sports, the highest level of the NCAA. By 2016, it had roughly 14,000 students enrolled on its campus and 113,000 students taking online courses, which is a ton of people taking Evangelism 101, a graduation requirement. The class's syllabus says the course is, quote, an in-depth study of how to lead people to Christ. Politico notes, in order to pass the course, students are required to write a witness report, a 2-page paper that documents a face-to-face encounter they have with one, quote, unbeliever to whom they evangelize. It's unclear if a student was able to get a hold of Trump for this project, but somewhere along the way, a thrice-married reality star who rarely attends church, bragged about aggressively hitting on a married woman in a leaked tape from 2005, and reportedly had an extramarital affair with a porn star in 2006, in addition to a litany of publicly expressed sexist remarks deriding women, became the ideal politician for the evangelical movement to champion. Falwell Jr. even admitted evangelicals supported Trump because he apparently sins the most?
Jesus taught also that all of us are sinners, we all sin every day, and that's why evangelicals supported Trump.
Falwell Jr. was the first prominent evangelical supporter of Trump. Early on, he said, in my opinion, Donald Trump lives a life of loving and helping others as Jesus taught in the Great Commandment. And in January of 2016, he formally endorsed Trump for president.
Great honor. Reverend Jerry Falwell Jr. of Liberty University, one of the most respected religious leaders in our nation, has just endorsed me.
BuzzFeed notes, in January 2016, when Trump's candidacy was still considered a long shot and he had almost no brand name evangelical support, Falwell Jr.'s endorsement, quote, marked a turning point for the entire religious right, said Randall Ballmer, a Dartmouth professor who studies the evangelical movement.
As our friendship has grown, so has my admiration for Mr. Trump.
Falwell's endorsement of Trump is interesting, considering no one else from the university is apparently allowed to speak freely when it comes to politics. Politico notes, Falwell voices his political opinions freely, while faculty members, all of whom work without the protections of tenure, are unable to do so. One prominent member of the university, Mark DeMoss, a graduate of Liberty, and a member of the school's board of trustees, seemingly felt the pressure to resign after having a different opinion than Falwell Jr. After Falwell Jr. endorsed Trump, DeMoss was quoted in the Washington Post. Donald Trump is the only candidate who has dealt almost exclusively in the politics of personal insult. It's not Christ-like behavior that Liberty has spent 40 years promoting with its students. This didn't sit well with Falwell Jr., who thought his motives were entirely political. DeMoss resigned from the school after indicating a, quote, concern about a lack of trust. Falwell Jr. has also reportedly blocked an article in the school's newspaper that was damaging to Trump's character.
Well, I call Liberty the Fox News network of the academic world.
While others at the school seemingly can't speak on any important issues regarding politics, Falwell Jr. has only been expanding on his admiration for Trump. He stood by the former steak salesman through thick and thin.
He said there were very fine people on both sides. Do you believe there were very fine
I have
people
no
on
idea.
both sides?
He has inside information that I don't have. I don't know if there were historical purists there who were trying to preserve some statues. I don't know.
It's unclear exactly what Falwell Jr., a staunch evangelical Christian, sees in the poster boy for literally all of the vices, and it could be a Sisyphean task to figure it out. Maybe the explanation lies in cheeseburgers from Wendy's.
The time I spent with him, he was serving my family cheeseburgers from Wendy's, and it wasn't the help that was serving, it was him.
Burgers from Wendy's may have sealed the deal for Falwell Jr. In fact, he loves burgers so much, he apparently threatened to shoot a lady for taking them away, even though she clearly isn't going to take them away.
And my boys always had guns in their hands, so we didn't, that's not something...
Hashtag me too.
That's not something you teach them, that's something they're born with. But as far as those cows you mentioned, I've got 100 cows. You just let Alexandria Cortez show up at my house and try to take my cows away.
By the looks of it, Falwell Jr., who can't imagine Trump doing anything bad for the country, will once again be leading the religious right to help secure another term for the only guy who loves fast food even more than he does.
Donald, thank you so much for being with us today, and you guys are dismissed.